Good evening, everyone. We are Group C, and today we will present our project, Employment Relations at Emirates NBD. This project looks at how Emirates NBD manages its employees, what challenges exist, and what improvements can be suggested. Employment relations is very important because it affects motivation, performance, and trust inside any company. Before we begin, let me introduce our team. Myself, Maryam Kadhem, Shamayil Alkhzaimi, Zaynab Bintook, and Maryam Alsuwaidi. Our project focuses on five main areas: workplace rights, conflict resolution, bargaining, labor law compliance, and employee voice. The reason we choose Emirates NBD is because it is one of the largest banks in the UAE, and it plays a big role in shaping how private companies handle their employees. By the end of this project, we created a theoretical analysis, a detailed ER manual, and clear recommendations for the bank. Emirates NBD was formed in 2007 after a merger of two big banks. This merger created a very large institution with staff coming from different cultures and systems. Today, Emirates NBD is one of the biggest banks in the Middle East, with thousands of employees and international operations. Its core values are customer centricity, innovation, and commitment to people. These values are not only for customers, but also guide how the bank treats its staffs. In 2021, the UAE introduced a new labor law that reshaped employment relations. This law focused on giving workers stronger rights, introducing flexible work models, and ensuring non-discrimination. One key difference with other countries is that in the UAE, trade unions are not allowed. Employees depend on their contracts and on company led systems to raise concerns. So, while the UAE has a pluralist legal framework that protects workers, inside many companies, including Emirates NBD, a unitarized approach is followed, where the company focuses on harmony and teamwork. To study this topic, we used a mixed methods approach. This means we combined a primary data and secondary data. For primary data, we planned interviews and surveys with staff and managers. This gave us real perspectives on how people feel about the company. For secondary data, we looked at Emirates NBD's annual reports, UAE labor law documents, and academic articles on employment relations. This helps us to get both personal experience and documented facts. For the primary data, interviews helped us hear directly from employees and HR managers about things like fairness, promotions, and grievance handling. Surveys gives us measurable results like how satisfied staff feel or whether they are believed or their voice is heard. By combining the two, we could balance numbers with stories, making our findings more reliable. Hand over question. Shumail, can you now explain the theories we used and walk us through the ER manual?
Hello everyone, my name is Shamayil Hassan. So yes, along with the primary data, we relate on secondary source, We review Emirates NBD officially report, UAE government labor laws, and published study about employment relation in the financial sector. This secondary data confirmed what we found in the interview and survey and also give us comparisons with other companies. We used two key perspectives. The first one, the unit risk perspective, say that the company and employees share the same goals and any conflict is unusual. The second one is the pluralist perspective, accept that employees and employers often have different interests, so conflict is natural and needs a proper system to manage it. So at Emirates NBD, the interest model is dominate. The bank promote harmony and shared goals, but this can mean that formula conflict resolution system are not very strong. The psychological contract is the unwritten understanding between the employer and employee. At Emirates NBD, employees accept career growth, job security, and fair reward. These expectations are not written in the legal contract, but they matter a lot for trust and loyalty. When the psychological contract is broken, for example, if staff feel work-life balance is not respected, employees may lose trust in the company even if the legal contract is followed. To connect theory with practice, we develop an employment relation manual for Emirates NBD. This manual is like a guide for both managers and employees. It covers grievance procedure, bargaining, employee voice, and complaints with labor law. It's designed to be updated regularly so it stays useful as the workplace and law change. The manual includes a clear grievance process. First of all, start informally by speaking with the line manager. Second, if unresolved, fill a written grievance to HR. Third, mediation stage with a natural HR or external person. Escalation to senior management if needed. The 5 steps, if still unresolved, the case goes to Mohar. This step-by-step approach gives employee confidence that their considered will be heard. In the UAE, unions are not allowed, so bargaining is usually individual. Our manual suggests creating an employee representative committee which allowed staff to raise concerns collectively. This gives employees a strong voice without breaking UAE law. Zainab, can you now explain how employee voice work and walk us through the SWOT analysis, please?
Employee voice and consultation. Employee voice is very important for trust. We suggest quarterly town hall where leaders meet staff directly. Anonymous digital feedback tools, short pulse survey, and a clear open door policy. This mix ensures staff have both formal and informal way to be heard. Workplace right and compliance. The manual also explains UAE labor rights such as paid leave, gratuity, and anti-discrimination rules. It's also set a zero tolerance policy for harassment and discrimination. Training will be given to managers and staff to make sure everyone knows their rights and responsibilities. Emirates NBD's strengths are a strong culture of loyalty, competitive pay and benefits, advanced HR system, a reputation as employer of a choice. These make it easier for the bank to attract and keep talents. Weaknesses include limited collective voice, slow grievance system, stress from high pressure work, bureaucracy and decision making. If these are not addressed, employees may feel disengaged. Opportunities. Opportunities include using technology for AR, expanding diversity and inclusion programs, strengthening mental health and wellness support, and introducing flexible work policies. These opportunities matches with expectation of modern workforce. Threats. Threats include competition from fintech for skilled workers, strict Emiratization requirement, risk of losing trust if promises aren't kept, cybersecurity risks and digital HR system. These external challenges require Emirates NBD to stay proactive. Maryam Alsuwaidi can take us through the conclusion and recommendation.
Hello, I'm Maryam Alsuwaidi and I'll be presenting the final part of our project. To summarize, Emirates National Bank of Dubai has a strong employment relations system, especially in areas like employee benefits and engagement. However, there are some gaps when it comes to collective employee voice and psychological contract management, meaning how well the organization maintains mutual trust and expectations with employees. Addressing these areas will be key for the bank's long-term sustainability and employee satisfaction. Immediate recommendation. For short-term recommendations, we suggest quick actions that can bring fast improvements. First, publish the Employment Relation Manual so all employees clearly understand the policies. Second, set up an Employment Relation Committee to handle issues fairly and consistently. Third, train managers in ER practices to ensure they respond effectively to employee concerns. And finally, launch a digital feedback tool so employees can easily share their opinions and ideas. These steps can be implemented quickly and show immediate results. Long-term strategy. Looking at long-term strategy, first, introduce flexible work options to promote work-life balance. Second, train managers in conflict resolution to handle challenges with understanding and fairness. Third, create a mediation team to resolve disputes in a professional and neutral way. And lastly, link ER results to managers' performance KPIs, so maintaining positive relation become part of leadership accountabilities. These long-term measures ensure sustainable and healthy workplace practices. Outcomes and reflection. This project helped us connect theory with practice. We learned how labor law shapes UAE workplaces, and we gained skills in creating practical ER policies. References. Our findings were supported by relevant sources, including academic journals, Emirates National Bank of Dubai internal reports, and UAE labor law. These resources ensured our analysis was well-grounded, accurate, and aligned with the real-world HR practices. Thank you. That brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for your time and attention. We'd now be happy to answer any questions or hear your feedback.